Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Shauna with the Herd Homestead. I have not posted a video in a while because our summer garden had a lot of issues, a lot of trouble. I didn't really put a lot of effort into the summer garden. I normally don't like to. I don't like to grow vegetables over the summer. I prefer to do spring, fall, and winter. So now that we are in our fall winter garden, I am going to show you what the garden looks like right now. We have removed a lot of things that were dying, pulled up a lot of things that were going out of season, like the tomatoes. I still have some peppers going. What else do we have? I just harvested a pumpkin. We have some beans still growing, some volunteer potatoes, and a lot of beautiful flowers. So now that it's cooling off, everything has like come back to life. It's a lot more vibrant and healthy. It's cooler now, so the bugs are calming down. I don't have a lot of pest pressure, but I do still have a lot of pollinators. So the garden is halfway decent. It's not beautiful. You'll see that I have a lot of garbage bags where I have been dumping a lot of my pots. I took down my green stalks, if you can see that. I won't be using them next year, so I went on ahead and deconstructed them now because I'm not going to use them next year. So I will show you what we have going on in the garden right now. It doesn't look bad at all. You know, the peppers are still going until frost comes and kills them. Tomatoes would have done the same, but I had too much pest pressure with the leaf-footed bugs on my tomatoes, so I wasn't willing to keep that. So we got rid of those. But I will show you what we have going on in the garden and what I plan to do for fall and winter. So quick overview. This was the herb garden. Everything has died back. The only thing that I want to save out of there is my rosemary, because I started that from seed, and rosemary is not really easy to start from seed. For the two pink green stalks, I am going to keep them up. They have strawberries. So this is what they are looking like right now. So they are dying back, and then we keep getting little bouts of warm weather, so they keep coming back and then going dormant again. And this is my daughter's little bed. I'm going to thin out some of those carrots. I do want some of them to stay, and I don't know what I'm going to plant for her over the winter. I was thinking about putting her a cabbage in there so that she can see it grow and head up. I think she would really like to have a cabbage grow in her little bed. And this is the other one. So like the lavender is completely dead. I'm gonna pull that out. These nasturtiums are doing fine because they like cooler weather. They do not like it to be too hot. And this just needs to be cleaned out. And then in front of the greenhouse, so we just pulled up the watermelon, corn, basil, and green beans from over here. So you'll see a big empty spot here. And then what I'm going to do is amend this area, and I'm going to put collards over here with celery and probably some cabbage. My peppers are still growing good. And you can see the ones over here. Got one turning orange here. I've got two of them. And so right now it's a little cool and rainy today. So you see my little bees are still sleeping. My little buddy. I got one there. And then it's another one over here. So it's kind of cold and dreary. They like to wake up with the sun. This is my dianthus. This was completely dead and came back. Like all of these flowers, as soon as we started to get our cooler weather, everything came back. So I was happy about that. These are the volunteer potatoes. And I believe that's a garlic chives that I have in there with that. And these are my planters. These two stone planters are the ones that I had in front of the greenhouse. And then these are the starts that I got from Home Depot. So I planted some of the broccoli out already, but what I have now is cabbage, Swiss chard, and more broccoli. And then for flowers, I don't know why I can't think of the name of these right now. Pansies. I got some pansies to go in my pots where I pulled up the dying flowers. And then I have my celery here. This bed was the San Marzano tomatoes. I had 4 tomato cages here, and so we just pulled those up about 2 weeks ago. So I left this basil plant because I knew it wasn't going to die. And this might be holy basil. Yeah, because my cardinal basil didn't do good. So this is holy basil. I left it because the bees like it. But I'm going to turn this over. And I will be amending this bed and planting garlic this weekend. And then, so this bed was sunflowers and a lot of flowers because this bed took the worst hit for pests. So I took everything out and let it just be flowers, and then the pests died down. I took all of the vegetables out. It just didn't matter what I put in here. It was being attacked. So what I do have now that everything has calmed down, I have some jade beans, and then I always have onions, so you'll always see onions throughout. And some more jade beans. I have some little baby beans on them. Hopefully I can get some. We've been getting mild weather. And then these are the 6 broccoli plants that I planted. And then these are the beautiful marigolds that I absolutely love. So I just planted them everywhere. And these yellow pots are going to get dumped out and put inside the greenhouse. And so this is what the greenhouse is looking like right now. It's just going to be a shed over the winter. I won't be growing anything in here that I know of. I was thinking about doing some lettuces, but if I do, I can just put them right there on that shelf. So I don't know if I'll be growing anything in here, but it will be used as a shed for sure. And then those are the black garbage bags of all of the soil being dumped, because I'm guarantee you that it is full of some type of pest that wants to come back next year. So these yellow ones are getting dumped. I won't be keeping those. I'm gonna have less pots next year, so that's my goal, less pots. And then here are the peppers that are still going strong. I still got a bean plant over there too. So these peppers I'm gonna keep going until the frost takes them. I will harvest some more of these over the weekend. And so this is what the garden is looking like. Those will stay until the cold completely kills them, and then I'll cut them back. I had, what did I have in here? Zinnias. So I had zinnias in all of these pots, and I just cut them down, pulled them out. I did not save any seeds because I don't need any. I have a whole lot. And then this beautiful vine that you see growing in between everything is my pumpkin vine from my Seminole pumpkin. I already harvested. I only got 1 pumpkin out of all this beautiful foliage. It only gave me 1 because we got about 6 weeks of heat that was in 100 degrees, so it stalled it. And then once it cooled off, it was kind of too late in the season for it to have enough time, so I only got 1 pumpkin. But it still looks pretty, so I'm actually going to keep it until the frost kills that also. So my plans for these pots, I will be putting pansies in. Pansies will be in these pots so I can have some winter color. And I did find out that there were some other flowers that I can grow over the winter. So I'm gonna do my research on that and see if it's true. But yeah, so this is all of the stuff that we're getting rid of. This is all of the stuff that's going into the garage. So just doing a lot of yard cleanup. Give you a little bit of a better view. Just doing some yard cleanup. I will be putting pansies here to give this some color. I think I'm gonna leave these pots here to go with the arch since the green stalks are not going to be coming back. And then I will be putting the rest of the broccoli here. I think I have to really think about where I'm gonna put my cabbage. My cabbage might go in these two pots. I have to think about that. But for sure, collards and celery will go over there because that grew really well together last year, so I'm gonna do it again. And then broccoli grew amazing here last year, so this is going to be all broccoli, and then garlic will be there. So this is just a little short video to show y'all what I have planned and what the garden is looking like right now. Like I said, it's a gloomy, rainy, kind of ugly day, which is okay. I appreciate the rain coming into the garden, and everything's doing all right. We're cleaning out stuff slowly but surely, getting ready for a fall winter garden, which is what I prefer because it's much slower. But that is the garden right now. It's still really pretty. It is still really pretty, even though the summer tried to take it. It did. It did take a hit, but I still have my beautiful little garden. And like I said, I will keep y'all up to date on how everything grows through the winter. I liked growing a winter garden last year. It was really nice. You don't have to come out nearly as often, and I don't water it, so that's always a plus. But yeah, everything is dying back and going dormant, which is good. And then the things that are annuals that die, of course, and don't come back, those things have been being pulled. Oh, we got some bees waking up. All annuals are being pulled. Perennials that are dying back, I cut them back. And just doing a bunch of cleanup. So thank you for watching. Like I said, I know I haven't posted in a while, but there was nothing really to post. This garden was dying more than it was living, and I got really busy in the summer with family, so I was perfectly fine with that. The summer really just was so hot to the point where I was like, oh, okay, well, it's trying to take my garden. And we did the best that we could to keep it alive, but you can only do so much before you end up with a water bill of like $1,000 trying to keep something alive that might not survive. So we just went with what was smarter, and if anything struggled too much and died, I just pulled it. Some stuff was drought tolerant, like zinnias did really good. What else did good? Cosmos did good. As far as flowers, vegetables, of course, the peppers did fine. Everything else was like being overrun with pests. The heat was really making everything weak, and then the pests were coming right in to like take it out. So that's okay. Next year, hopefully, we do not get as much heat as we got this year. Last year, we got a lot of heat. This year, we got even more. And I'm like, okay, well, I always say I do not want to have a summer garden with food. Flowers is fine. But with food, where you put all of that effort and money and time, and you really want to like harvest some, the summer garden here in Georgia, zone 8A, rough. So next year I will not be having anything that doesn't like the heat. As far as vegetables, it'll probably just be peppers over the summer, because that you don't really have to worry about, except for like sun scald. So you have to put them where they like to be really close to each other, or they can be a little bit shaded. Peppers and melons, the watermelons, or I'm sorry, not the watermelons, the pumpkins, they didn't care about the heat. The leaves did perfectly fine. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick to the basics. And so that's why I'm cleaning out a lot of stuff, now, because next year I'm not going to grow as much. I just want to grow smarter, if that makes sense. Because once you have too many things to manage and you have so many different things that like different, some are heat loving, some hate the heat, you are just constantly out in the yard trying to figure out what can handle it, how to save stuff. It just becomes, it's not even fun when you do it like that. So next year I am going to scale back excuse me, scale back a lot. Like, I won't be growing tomatoes at all. Excuse me. Not at all. I will not be growing tomatoes. I had so many pests on my tomatoes this year, it was not even funny. Those leaf-footed bugs and those nymphs. And then I had some bug. I took pictures for y'all, but then I never posted it. I had some bug. I can't even remember what it was called. It was a triangle body leaf hopper or something infesting my beans. Never heard of that bug in my life. Never. I had about 4 different infestations that were like taking stuff out. And it just takes the fun out of it. You fight them, they win. You fight them, you win. And then they come back and then they win. It's ridiculous. So everything that did great, excuse me, everything that did great this summer in this killer heat, I will grow again because I know it can handle it. And there's so many different things on my list that I won't be growing. And I normally start my garden in like January, February. I normally start it in the house. And I'm also going to wait until February to start things in the house and then put them out in May. So I'll be doing things a lot different. But again, here is the garden. Winter gardens, much more fun. Summer, the fight be real. But thank y'all for watching my channel. I definitely appreciate it. Please hit like and subscribe, and I will be posting more videos this weekend. I'm gonna be planting my garlic and putting out my starts. So I will just be going over like how to amend that. Garlic I'll be planting for the first time. So I bought some garlic. We'll go over that in that video. I'm very excited about the garlic. And when I do the garlic, where's that bed at? I'm like losing my, so that bed is going to be the garlic bed. So when you plant garlic, it has to stay in the spot for 6 months. So if y'all want to plant garlic, plant it now. You can order it and plant it now, but just know that the bed that you put it in is down for 6 months. I'm okay with that. That's part of me scaling back, because if I don't put something in there that's going to be in there for 6 months, I will plant that thing 4 or 5 different times because I get so excited. So if garlic is in there, it will stop me from doing that, which I need to be stopped from overplanting because I absolutely love all of the things. But thank y'all for watching, and I will see you on the next one.